Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the GallowgateShots YouTube channel. It is myself, Chris, joined by Scott, and we are going to have a little bit of a glimpse of the upcoming leaked Newcastle United shirts for the 2024-25 season. I just want to say before we get started, a lot of the designs which we have came up with, we've basically just handpicked things from different websites, Footy Headlines being a big one, which I have used, just made an absolute monster of these kits. Frankenstein's monster. We just put everything together and just saw what we could come up with. But we are pretty confident, and I say that with a hell of a lot of confidence, that these kits that we're going to be showing you over the course of this video, that these will 100% be the upcoming kits, which eagerly waited Scott, Adidas returning to Tyneside, taking those Newcastle United shirts by the helm, and we're looking forward to it, mate, aren't we?
Can't wait. I'm looking forward to just being able to go into the town of Amsterdam and hopefully being able to buy a kit without having to order it online and seeing if it fits and sending it back if it doesn't. It's going to be nice to be able to just try one on, because I don't have the luxury of going into a shop at the minute, and not with Castor anyway, and being able to buy one. So that's going to be nice. Hopefully they've sort out the commercial side of things and actually get them in shops. And if it's not an Adidas shop, hopefully I can go into a JD Sports or wherever and actually buy one.
It won't be
Sports Direct.
Won't be in Sports Direct. That's where it will not be.
It will not
so
be,
don't be walking in there.
No. But I think even just from a quality and a breathability side as well, like the shirts are hopefully going to be just better quality, because those Castor tops are, I think I've mentioned this a couple of times on some different shows, they're like wearing bin bags at times. They're not the nicest for us big lads to wear.
And you know what? I'm not going to slag Castor off too much, because I thought that a lot of the designs which I have done the last couple of seasons have been spot on. I've liked the designs. Yeah. It's just my issues with Castor was the whole side of things when it comes to delivery and delays, and obviously some kits that have been falling apart. So yes, quality wise, haven't been the best. So fingers crossed that Adidas, being the company that they are, they're going to absolutely smash this out of the park. So shall we'll start going through them, Scott. We are going to focus on the home kit first of all. And to be honest with you, this won't be a surprise to anybody. The kit which we're going to show there, it's been leaked quite a lot for months now. We knew that the design was going to be based on previous kits. I think all three kits which we're going to go through, that can be classed as remakes of classics, really. If we load the home one up there, we'll see straight away that this was the first one which was leaked by Footy Headlines. And we knew that was going to be solid block colours in this one. We weren't going to be flooded with stripes. And I know a lot of fans do prefer a lot more stripes on the kits. Personally, I'm a big fan when there is a block down the middle of the kit. Very reminiscent of the likes of Lauren Rebet kit that year of the kit, Nobby Solano, those legends of the game. And so we did hear rumours, first of all, Scott, that there would be some form of grey integrated into the home kit this time round. Obviously, just looking back at the previous kits, which I had a couple in the 80s, I think Umbro kits, which was so that had like a grey flashing on them as well, like gunmetal grey, which you mentioned earlier. But what was your thoughts when you first heard about it, Scott?
Well, I think the first kind of mumblings of this rumor came from the documentary, didn't it? When you heard them talking to Merdad and Amanda, and I think it's Darren Eales that's there, when they go, when we picture Newcastle, we picture three big black stripes down the front. Because obviously I think that was the first Champions League kit was that kit with the NTL on the front, if I remember rightly. That was the one that sticks in my mind anyway, of long sleeved Lauren Robert, 32, Gary Speed, all those kits, and it has the three stripes on the front with the white under the arms. And this kind of first concept prediction was kind of I think a guess based on that, and then the leak of it's going to have a bit of gunmetal in it, and it's kind of evolved a bit. So I wasn't too sure on the grey. I'm a strong believer in white stripes or black stripes when it comes to Adidas. I think that's just growing up. Your Adidas Sambas, all the Newcastle tops in terms of like home kits. You had black stripes down the sleeves or white stripes, depending on what colour the shoulders were. Away kits are different stories, but that's how it was. And again, even the Adidas badge, I think it for me, unless it's an away kit, it kind of has to be, black or white. And I don't mind a little trim. I don't mind like a little blue outline or whatever, like we saw on some of the home kits of past. But the three stripes at least has to be for me black or white. And I think it did evolve. And I think if we move on to the next tab I've got open, I think this was what people thought of up until very recently, which is I think one of the reasons why we're doing this video.
Yeah.
We've had a bit of a leak of a different team's kit, but they're a different team that's part of the Adidas Elite team, and that's Juventus. So it came, I think, 2 or 3 days ago. This is the Juventus home kit for next season, which, based on the leaks that have been battered about, I think we can pretty much say this is going to be very similar to what we're going to be expecting from a Newcastle top, but I think you would invert the stripes.
Yeah, so I think we're unbelievably confident that this will be Newcastle United kit, home kit for next season. But like Scott said, inverting obviously the colours around, where you're going to have the solid black stripe down the centre of the kit. Obviously, the white sleeves will turn black, which makes us think once again, is grey actually going to be integrated into this one? Because as you can see with this one, it's just solid black and white, really. I think, I'm not sure if it is just the photo, but on the shorts, maybe a different color on the shorts, and that might just be the photo itself.
The shadows, yeah.
Is it just the shadows on there?
Through this, because there's a few different pictures. I don't know if it shows the shorts. That's an older kit. It doesn't show the shorts in another picture on this.
So we are pretty confident that it is going to be exactly the same. UV are getting that kit, so I would imagine we would 100% be getting almost an exact carbon copy of that one, like apart from obviously the colours flipping around. As you notice on the back of the kit as well, I've, to be honest with you, I've never been really a fan of a bold block on the back of the kit, but I don't mind this one because obviously they're integrating the stripes on the bottom of the shirt as well.
Yeah,
which makes us think that the colours on the strip in regards to numbers and names will probably be going to go back to black on that one. I can't imagine staying red at this moment in time. I think Adidas will have a bit of a shuffle and then just take it back to black numbers and names on there. But as you notice as well, the Adidas logo is huge on them. It's something which they've done for I think they've done this for the last couple of seasons with a lot of the shirts, but the logos are absolutely huge. But I'm a big fan where it's just the logo, no font whatsoever, just the logo, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, there was rumors that it was going to be the old, the shell. I think it's called the tricolor, whatever it is, like that. And that, I think, had, and we'll get on to the third kit in a minute, had the third kit been not based on, it's called Adidas Equipment, I think it's called. Had it not been based on that, we probably would have got that old school shell logo for our third kit. But because of what it's going to be based on, and again, we're going to come to that later. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm doing a decker here. I'm jumping ahead of myself. But we would have got that. But on the home kit, it's definitely going to be these three stripes. I think if you want a good idea about what the kit will look like, if you want to see what the stripes are going to look like, if we turn our attention to the currently released Argentina home kit, I think if you can use your imagination a little bit and turn these blue stripes to black and put the sleeves as black, that's your Newcastle kit. I mean, obviously, change the badge from Argentina and get rid of the World Cup winners. We haven't won the World Cup, but I think what you're looking at there is the same template, and I think we're going to get the same collar. Stripes on the sleeve will be white. I'd imagine if they're going to be black sleeves, under the sleeves will probably be white. And yeah, I think we're looking at probably a very, very similar top. I do think, looking at the Juventus badge, looking at this Argentina badge, I think some people might be a little bit disappointed that it's not going to be a stitched crest. I think one thing Adidas do, and I've noticed this on the Nike kits for the Euros, it's not like an iron-on transfer. It's actually built into the top a little bit, where it's like a combination of like rubberized material, but it's built into the actual material of the shirt. So it's not just like an iron-on print like what we've seen with, I think, the Pro tops with Castor and what Puma used to do, where it is just a patch that is stuck onto the shirt and it's quite obvious. It's almost like a hybrid, like, I don't know, they do something very special and it breathes through the shirt, and it part, like the back part of the material. So if you think of like the white stripes in the Newcastle crest, they will be part of the actual white stripe of the shirt. So you'll get like a 3D effect of the crest. I'll imagine. I think Bestie was saying there'll be about 3 different versions of this shirt as well to buy. There'll be like a super pro version, a pro version, and then like a one which is almost just a t-shirt, which they'll sell for like 30, 40 quid. You'll get no extra bits on it. So that's what Adidas do with the shirts. They'll sell like 3 different versions. So you'll get like an ultra cheap version, the replica version, which is the version that everyone will want, and then the pro version, and then the clear pro version. So you're going to get a few different versions of this top.
And I don't think my body type will fit the pro version either. Either of them. So I'll be going in the bargain basement.
If I flick through this, though, you'll see there's one picture of this. Where is it? I'm just trying to find it there. This one here, the side paneling on these tops, on all of these tops, and around the back, the mesh and the material of this top is not just going to be that kind of thick material that we're seeing on Castor tops. This is actually going to be a breathable material, that heat ready, whatever Adidas call it, is. It's a nice material to wear, especially in the summer. It's going to be, a top that, you're not going to, boil in when you're at the match.
Just to jump in, if the club do integrate some sort of grey in the design, you could imagine it being that part of the kit, which would have the grey.
Absolutely. Yeah. If we go back to that first picture, it's going to be that grey stripe up the side where it would be. If anywhere, that's where that's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Scott, I want to go over to because obviously ourselves on the GallowgateShots YouTube channel, I think every single one of us is absolutely obsessed with football kits and we absolutely adore them. And most of our conversations in that group tend to go back to kits.
Yeah, they do.
But obviously, that way back when we heard this deal was going through, and obviously the rumors, you had started creating your own designs when it came to the home shirt. So can we just go through a couple of them just to show people, because you are pretty close as well.
I was, yeah. If I go to this, so when the rumors first started batting around, that we were getting Adidas, and that was the Adidas design, and we were going to be using maybe his old logos in the kit. This was the first thing that I came up with. So 3 stripes, like they said in the documentary. I love the black sleeves. That's my thing. I just love a black sleeve. I think it's a black top with white stripes for me. So the black sleeves kind of make it that. There's a bit more white on this than some people would maybe like. But the one thing I try to do was integrate the old NUFC badge in that kind of Adidas template and that little bit on the side.
And that was obviously being based on the rumors that the one of the previous badges was going to be integrated in one of the shirts.
Yes,
and that's why you went down that route.
That's why I went down that route, and that's the only reason why I did that. So I'm just gonna have to. Oh, hang on. What am I doing here? I'm trying to move this page because I'm trying to get some buttons that I can't quite see because I'm trying to see you, Kris, at the same time. Hang on, I'm just moving this window. There we go. So that's how I try to do it, and then I just kept the numbers red because I had no idea on any of that. So that was my initial design. If I just click on load, you're going to see a bunch of these, but I also did this with white just to see what that would look like. And then obviously, as the rumors came through, I integrated a bit more grey into this because obviously the rumors came in that there was going to be that gunmetal grey. So I made the seller grey, made the Adidas logo grey, made the stripes grey. And just again, you just kind of evolve the design a little bit as the rumors go through. And then that was kind of, this one here is where I kind of ended up. And this one is very much based.
It's closest to
on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my final design up to, I would say, about a week and a half ago or a week ago when kind of more information became available. But you can see kind of I've got rid of that NUFC because what will come to became apparent. You know, the stuff on the sleeves I kind of just left as is, but I just turned like some of the white grey, and that was kind of my final kind of thought on this. And again, if things need to go white, it's very easy in this to just change it to white. This tool, by the way, is for making kits. If you were modding FIFA, if you wanted to put these kits into FIFA, and we've done a little bit of that later on, but that's kind of where I left this for my designs coming up to what we think the kit's actually going to look like. So we'll leave that for there for now, and then I think we'll move on to the away kit. And we'll
Yeah,
see what we
so
can do
if
for
we
that.
move on to the away kit, this has been publicized unbelievably early on that Adidas, so once again, like I mentioned at the start, we'll be going down the route of retro kits, and I think the return of burgundy and blue would have been fantastic if Puma hadn't have already done it just a handful of years back. Puma, to be fair to them, they got it spot on. The design was fantastic when Puma did it. But from what we are hearing and from what we have seen, that Adidas will be going and delivering that one once again. It's kind of very, very similar to the Puma one rather than how it used to be back in the 90s. And the reason I say that is because it's the white on it rather than the cream. Everybody will know that's got one of these kits that's lucky enough to still have one these days will notice that it's a very off-white color, which is on obviously any sort of logo embroidery and the stripes on the kit as well. Do you know what it is? And I'm only saying this because of the Puma. What Puma did is I'm not too fond of this one now because I don't know. It's just because it wasn't that long ago. We've had something very similar, and I know why Adidas have done it. Of course, I know why they've done it, but for me, I just don't know. I'm on the fence with this one. I'll probably change my mind once I see it in the flesh and on Joe Linton being as handsome as ever after he signed his 4-year deal. But I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one, Scott. What's your thoughts, mate?
I'm exactly the same as you, mate. I think Puma did such a good job with it, with the gold, and the fact that I've got that top and it still fits us. And I've actually recently rebought an original to fit us as well, because I have the original from when I was a kid, but it doesn't fit us. So I rebought it like I want to say like 3-4 months ago. I managed to get one like an original, and it wasn't cheap. So I don't fancy spending like another. I think Adidas are probably going to cost around between 80 90 euros, maybe it's a bit more to get one of these tops. I don't fancy doing that again. So I think for me, this top, it's probably going to be really nice. I'm not going to, it will be a nice top. It will be a nice throwback. It's going to sell by the bucket load, but I'm going to probably wait for this one to go on sale before I'll pick it up. Because Adidas do have really good sales on around Black Friday. They really have decent sales on, and around the end of the season, they really try and offload the kits as well. So for me, yes, it's a nice kit. The other thing with away kits is how often do we wear them? Like we don't really wear our away kit too much.
Well, I think by Premier League rules, you have to wear each of your kits a minimum of, I think it's 3 times throughout the season. I might be completely wrong, but I'm sure there's a minimum that you have to use and wear those kits, because if not, you're just raking money off fans for kits that you're never going to be wearing. Hence why they tend to release likes of members kits and things like that, because they can get away with that. So they will have to wear it obviously throughout the season. Obviously, like so when you play Fulham or somebody else that wears that bold color in white or black. I don't know. What I do want to focus on though, which is a little bit different, is the Newcastle United crest.
Yes.
So on that leak there, it looks like it's a silhouette of the kit from what I can see, which is a white silhouette, which is basically tracing the kit. Sorry, the crest. What we have seen and what we believe is that is correct to a certain degree, but it's more of a shadow, which you're going to see. You're just going to see a solid white crest with no details in it whatsoever, just the crest. And Scott, I think if we go back to one of the images which popped up not long ago, is that Adidas have done very similar with other clubs. I think Bayern Munich was one of them, wasn't it?
So that's Real Madrid. Obviously, the thing with the Real Madrid and the Bayern Munich crests is that they're not very detailed. So
it's just a circle.
It's just a circle basically, and even if you do just blank it out, it still looks pretty much what it is. So that's the Real Madrid one there. I'm trying to zoom. Can I zoom in that anymore? No, it doesn't zoom in very well. So that they match, the away top matches the print and the color of everything else when it comes to the sponsor and everything, which is what we're going to expect. But the Bayern Munich one, again, you can see they've took out all the detail of the crest, and that is just a monochrome version without any of the. I think those little diamonds have got a lot of detail in them on the actual original, on the home crest, and the red obviously in the circle has a lot of detail in it as well. So they just dumb it down and just make it as basic as you like in terms of just nullify any color from there and just make it plain. So I think what we're going to see from our side, and I think I've just trying to find my. There we go. I did do one. This one here, where it's just going to be an outline of the crest.
So this is kind of what we're expecting, really.
Yeah. So I think what we're expecting is more going to be this.
Yeah, removing the white down the sides. Yeah,
removing the white down the sides. More akin to that picture there. So yeah, I think we're more going to see that, where it's going to be just a solid Newcastle crest. I don't know if I like that. Again, that's going to be one where I'm going to probably going to have to see it in person, see what the actual final design's like. Again, we haven't seen it, so we don't know what it's going to be like, but that's what we're hearing it's going to be like. It all depends what the number is going to be like on the back as well. If it's going to be white, that's going to be really nice. I don't know if that NUFC is going to be there. That's just something I've left in just for, niceties, because if not, it's just going to be blank. But I think it was on that Argentina top. They have like these little 3 bumps in them. And it's like the Adidas. It looks like Adidas stripes, but I don't know, they're there for some reason for the shirt itself. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if that's what it is, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. But I think, like I've said, I'm not sure if this top is for me yet. Because Puma did such a good job. Obviously, the Fun 88 does ruin that Puma top a little bit.
Correct. Yeah.
But mine's peeled off, so it's not that bad anymore. It's come off in the wash, so it doesn't look as bad as it probably does on when you first bought it. So we'll see.
What I like about what Salah have done with these kits as well is obviously the way in the third, which we'll get on to in a second, is the fact that they've removed the outline on these as well. So Salah just looks like it's all going to be single letters. We've saw in the past with football kits that sometimes that can be a bit of a ball ache when these shirts go in the wash, where you'll get single letters stop peeling off. So, but we'll soon find out what happens with that one. Do you want to say anything on that one, Scott, before we move on to the third?
I mean, well, just on that point, the Castor ones have held up okay on mine. I don't know about anyone else's, but I've had no peel on the Salah stuff. So I think as long as Adidas use a decent heat press, use decent adhesive, we should be all right. I don't know what Adidas's quality is like. It's been a while. I mean, this Adidas top is held up. This is mine from the 90s, 2000s. So we'll see.
And there's a reason why you're wearing that one, Scott.
There's a very big reason. Well, one, it's one of my favorite away tops of all time. And what we're about to look at has made me very happy because of that. But yeah, there is a reason why I'm. Should we just
share it, because I think everybody's probably
people probably knows
probably
anyway.
seen the colours that the club are going to go with anyway for the third one. And it's a return of the white and teal designs. Are we classing that as teal? I'm probably classing that as teal.
Well, it's the Adidas equipment color color scheme. So it's black, and it's like, I'm sure Adidas have their own color like name for it, but yeah, it's like a teal green or an aqua green, whatever you want to call it, on a white with black accents. It's gonna be called the Saudi kit. Like, everyone who doesn't know what it's representing, it's gonna be referenced as the Saudi kit. Everybody knows that. Actually, let me change pages because there's some horrible adverts on there. There you go. That's a better look at what so this guy here, this GR Herd 9. I think I don't know if he works for Footy Headlines, but they always kind of reference his designs.
Yeah.
He does some pretty decent designs. So he's on Twitter. I think he has a Patreon as well, but he's on Twitter. give him a follow because he does make some pretty decent concepts.
He
And a
normally
lot of the concepts
smashes
that
out the park, to be fair.
he normally smashes them out the park, yeah. And I normally, use him as inspiration for a lot of the stuff that I build when I'm making some of these. So we found this, and from what we understand, there was a couple of little tweaks that need to be made, so we made them as well on the one that I'd done. But yeah, I mean, if I just take a step back, I mean, you can see the inspiration from
of course
that kit to what I'm wearing. I mean, you don't need to really look much further. But like I've said, I think everyone else and all over Twitter that top's going to be called the Saudi kit because it's the white and green kit, and I that's probably the reasoning why Adidas have done this. Because
possibly
the Saudis have probably asked for it. I think you can't look at anything. But I think let me just move to the one that we've made because we can zoom in on it, and I think that's the main reason for this is that crest. That crest is outstanding. If that is what is coming, and we're pretty confident that's what it is, I'm all for it. Like that.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? The return of a crest. I've been screaming for God knows how long because we've seen a lot of the clubs have played games where one of their one of the three shirts that they have would have obviously a throwback to either an emblem or previous crest which they've used. We haven't done it yet. As far as I know, it's the first time that we've ever done it. There was a lot of rumors when they first used that came out that Newcastle obviously we're going to go look down a different route for a badge for one of these kits. People thought, is it going to be a seahorse on it? Is it going to be a magpie which is going to be used on it? As far as we're hearing it, it's basically just going to go back to that kit.
Yeah.
That crest, which you know what it is? I do. I love that crest. I do. My favorite's the other one, the one where you've actually got the castle in it, then the river on the bottom, then the magpie on it. Absolutely love that kit. Crest. But honestly, as a design wise for a third shirt, it's unbelievable, absolutely fantastic. And do you know what I think will look great on the back of this? The training gear which will come with this one. That's going to be through the roof. That.
Well, if this is Adidas equipment, you're going to get jackets, you're going to get, pants and everything. You're also going to get trainers. Adidas equipment trainers are going to come out. You're going to get the lot. And, they're rebranding the club shop because Decker knows there's going to be a club shop under his office for a little while. He's going to have a, pulley system getting close up to his office. But
it's a big shift around with the club shop. It's a big shift around. I think we're moving everything.
There's going to be all sorts in there from Adidas. So, I think there's going to be a lot going on. The fact we're an elite club. But I wanted to say, this is something Adidas do with their elite teams with the third kits. If you look at Man U, you look at Arsenal, look at Roma, all of those, and even Juventus, all of those elite teams, their third kit, they have a different crest. So Arsenal have the gun, Man U have the devil, Roma have, is it a fox or whatever it is they have, or the wolf?
The wolf, isn't it? Yeah.
Wolf, yeah, it's not a fox.
Definitely not a fox. So that's Leicester. It's got close though.
I was expecting us to have a magpie. If I'm being honest with you, I thought it was going to be a magpie. There is a magpie in this, but I think maybe it's the club have went, well, we've got this crest. Let's just use that. And it's round. It's a round little crest. Everyone's going on about how round crests are easy to manufacture. So I like that they've done this. And I like that, I hope it stays. And I hope this is true because this is what the rumors are. This is where it's going. So,
and the subtle changes which we've made on that one, Scott, is the ones which are being leaked obviously have the black seller sponsor on it. Yeah, we believe that it's going to be matching, so it's going to be the matching teal, which that's going to come out with. And I don't think it's going to have the font underneath it, just like the rest of the kits. I think it's just going to be the Adidas logo. I don't think it's going to have any sort of text on there whatsoever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on this one, which we haven't put on this because we physically can't, we're just can't able to do it. There is going to be a button.
Yes,
so I think there is going to be a button
and a bit of a collar because this goes in FIFA. I'm moving the wrong screen here. FIFA doesn't do collars very well, but there's supposed to be a little collar on this with that green going right to the edge of the collar. This creation tool doesn't allow that to work very well when I use this template. But yeah, and the badge on the back probably isn't going to be there either, but it's just there. But black numbers we're hoping as well, so we'll see. It's going to look pretty smart. That's only because I don't think the Premier League allow green numbers. I think they only have a certain set of number colours.
Yeah, we did do a video not long ago, didn't we?
Um,
When we looked at obviously the Premier League fonts, which were coming our way, and the different colours, which they were able to use. But we think that it is going to remain as the black players' names and numbers on the back of it. We have done things a little bit different as well, just like we always do on this channel. We'll take the extra step. We'll go that one step further, don't we, Scott? And what Scott has kindly done, he has imported all of these designs onto FIFA on his PC, just to give you a glimpse of what these kits will look like on the players. And it just gives you that extra bit of taste for it, really. Because like we said, we're unbelievably excited about these shirts. We're not going to say these shirts which are on the players, they're 100% correct, because there are certain things which you can't do and replicate to make it official and what we're going to be seeing. But we'll go through them. So shall we just start in order and go with the home ones straight away, Scott?
Yeah, so the only thing that's going to be different, we think, is the sleeves on this. We kind of had a last minute information change that maybe the arms aren't going to be white on this one. And the only thing that we couldn't do is on the bottom, we couldn't do the stripes. Again, that's just the limitations of this, but everything else is pretty much spot on. So it's going to take just a couple of seconds to set up. So I'm just going to.
And the reason, just whilst you're doing, Scott, the reason why we had a bit of a play about with the sleeves on this one is because obviously we saw that Juventus shirt as well, and obviously they had the white sleeves, and we just thought we're not 100% certain what it's going to be. As you can see on the screen there now, we have went for the white sleeves, but in your mind, if you just think the one which we had with the black sleeves, that's going to be the kit as far as we're aware. As you can see on these videos as well, the numbers are still red. Once again, that's one of the things which you can't change on there. But as you can see, we've got both the likes of the shorts and the socks on there, which are pretty like for like as well.
Yeah, so the only thing that I'm not sure of on the socks is if it's going to have NUFC written on the front of them. I like it when it has NUFC on the front, so that's what I chose to put on the front of the socks.
I think it is. From what we've seen, I think it is.
I got lucky then. But the one thing with the shorts, there's no 3 stripes on the side of the shorts. That's Adidas aren't doing that anymore. They've just the little swipe thing that's on the side of the shirt. It's like a continuation that goes into the shorts. So it's going to look quite nice. But if it's grey, it'll probably be grey on the short and it'll continue down as grey. If it's black, I think it's going to be white and it'll look a bit mismatched on the home shirt. But there's old Alex, there's young Isak in the new kit running around. The only other thing it did, it's accidentally put 2 Premier League badges and 2 Noon badges on the sleeves, but that's just FIFA being a bit odd. But there you have it. I did do a little bit of panning and zooming. So you see on the shorts, you've got that one single stripe, but that's kind of what this looks like. From there, I do have, let's pan back. There's Callum Wilson, and I think this is going to be the top that's going to sell the most, if I'm being honest with you. Because I mean,
unbelievable, Scott. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I know the club normally do well. Previous years they have released an away or a third one. First of all, I think they'll leave this one for last, because I think if they release this one, people just run and buy that one and then just forget about the home and the away one. I'd be very surprised if this isn't left till later on. Then they release that one probably just before the season kicks off.
I think you're absolutely right. I also think, we saw last season the shirts sold out. The club shop couldn't get enough shirts to sell. Hope Adidas got better stock control than Castore, but I think we're going to see these be quite hard to get. Luckily, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to go, like I said before, go to Amsterdam and buy them. I might do a video, little blog where I'll jump on a tram and see if I actually get one, and then send it to Merdad when I can it. But there you go. That's what we're expecting: white socks and white shorts with this, but black numbers, not yellow. That's obviously the third kit this season is yellow numbers. Again, don't know about the NUFC on the socks, but there we go. So all white. I think on the home it's like the Guinness. So you've got black socks with the white tops.
Which would make sense why the home one's going to have black sleeves on it, because obviously the third one's got a full block of white on the sleeves, and that'd be a bit too similar down that route. Hence why we think that this, we're almost 100% certain that this is 100% going to be our third kit. The home one was still on the fence. There might be a couple of tweaks in that one, but this one, honestly, it's it. That's it.
Yeah, and I just need to switch videos. So let me just put us back to us, and I just need to go. There we go.
So the next one, which we're going to be doing, is obviously the away one, which we're on the fence with. But I think it's going to be one of those shirts, Scott, where as soon as you see it in action and on a player, you're thinking, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you look at that straight away, the one with Bruno wearing it. Once again, obviously, we couldn't get the numbers correct on this one. Couldn't get the right colours on there.
Yeah.
But even seeing that, it looks amazing.
I know.
It looks amazing.
Once you see Bruno in it, isn't it? I mean, that's the thing. Once you see Bruno in the shirt, I don't know why is he not moving. That was just me. And then obviously you got Joe Linton wearing it as well. With Bruno in the background in the white, I mean, that's just... I know we don't do OnlyFans, but if anyone wants to pay... we can make them do a dance or whatever. But yeah, So interesting. It's blue shorts. Obviously, the original was cream shorts, I think, wasn't it? If I remember rightly. And then the socks are burgundy with blue tops. I mean, these are really nice.
You can't really go wrong. Honestly, you can't go wrong with that kit because fans will buy it. Fans will buy it. I think myself and Scott are just being a bit harsh on it, because obviously we had it with Puma not so long ago. But it's a bloody fantastic shirt, like.
Yeah, I think the only thing with this one is the collar. If I remember rightly, it's going to be a solid white.
It is. It's going to be a solid white ring. Yeah. Again,
this is just the designing tool. Because of the template we're using for the shirt, it doesn't let you change the collar. So it's just, if you want the Adidas stripe down the side, you kind of change the collar on it. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I mean, very, very decent. Like I say, there is on Joe Linton as well. And you can see the other kits, and it's in James's Park, so it's nice to see. So hopefully we'll see Bruno in this kit next season. And I think he will, now that Joe Linton's signed. I think he's staying, but the nice kits. I mean, I think they've smashed out the park with all three. The away kit for me is probably the one that, like I've said, I'm probably going to wait and get in sale just because I've got two variations of it already. Although I'm saying that and I'm wearing this white top, and I've just said I'm definitely getting that white one. Day one, and
it's been a long time though, Scott. It's been a long time since we have something similar to that.
True.
It has been.
Yeah, and like I said, I haven't rebought this one. This is mine from when I was a kid, or when a teenager. So it still fits us, which I'm proud of. I think let's move that out of the way so we can get a better view. I think they've done a good job, and you can't please everyone. That's always going to be inevitable. There's going to be some people who are going to want more stripes on the home kit, and I think rightly so. I think this season's kits maybe spoiled people a little bit on that, because I think Castore did smash out the park with the home kit this season. Unfortunately, the quality of the kits and the quality of the delivery is put a mark on that kit. And then obviously you've got your Champions League badges falling off, and the printing in the actual Newcastle with the 2 T's or whatever people were saying it was.
5 T's I had in most of them.
Modded it, and then ordering kits and they're not turning up, or ordering kits with numbers and you've got the wrong numbers, or ordering a kit and it's a Rangers kit. Like, you've got to think about all of that when you now get these new Adidas kits, because you're talking about now going into a brand that are top tier now. Like, Castore are going to get there eventually, you'd imagine, but Adidas are there. Like, they are one of the top sports brands in the world.
And I just want to jump in there and say, if anybody does see these screenshots which Scott's kindly put together on FIFA anywhere across social media, just tag us in it and say, by the way, it was a GallowgateShots lad that did this, because obviously we can't put watermarks over things like this when it's live, which we're showing you. So no doubt somebody, as soon as this video goes out, they've probably already nabbed it and whacked it on Facebook or something. Tag us in it. Tell them that's us.
Yeah, and if I get banned on FIFA Ultimate Team because of this, because I had to mod my FIFA, I'm going to be annoyed. So EA, this is all the reason I'm doing this. Give us me FIFA back, because I want to get me Matt Ritchie up to 89 rated. That's what. No,
but like I said at the very start of this one, just to wrap it up, we're unbelievably excited. We really are. Like Scott just mentioned, the Adidas have absolutely smashed out the park. If these shirts are going to be the ones, but like I keep on saying through this, we are pretty confident that we've almost nailed these designs, and with the help of obviously Footy Headlines, the mock-ups which they've created, and obviously the news which we've been hearing personally over the last handful of days. Anything which you would like to add, Scott?
No, what I'll do, I'll export these creations that I've done on the kit creator as images, and we can put them on the GallowgateShots Twitter account, and on the Instagram. So if you want to see these images in a bit more detail, we'll put a little watermark on those. But you can have a little look at them yourself as well, so we can
perfect.
Get those
and for
I'll
those,
change the sleeves on the home kit as well, so they're black, so people can get them.
For those that are watching this video has been released first of all to members as well, for a little bit before you're seeing it as well. If you're not a member, if you do want to become a member, it is just $2.99 a month to do that. It means a lot to us, just a few quid coming our way, and it helps us out massively with the upkeep of the channel and creating things like this. Like I said just not so long ago, we do try and go that extra step to what other channels do, and we try to use as much of our own content as possible before we start going down the route of using other people's ideas. It's all us, Scott. Thanks, mate. It's been a pleasure as always. As you know, I love talking about football kits, just like you, and I'm sure before the start of the season we'll have plenty of more videos and podcasts coming the viewers' way, which will all be about kits, because the expectation from Adidas and what people are hoping is phenomenal. Everybody's unbelievably excited with the return of them, of which we saw from the campaigns when obviously the news was leaked, thanks to the Amazon documentary. But yeah, stick by, because plenty more coming your way. Just like this video as well, means a lot to us. Become a subscriber. It costs you absolutely nothing to do that. And we shall see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.